Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. Now the Overwatch 2 beta dropped a week ago, and of course many people got into the beta and wanted to give their thoughts, one of them of course being Dunkey. And since I'm a huge Overwatch fan, but also a huge Dunkey fan, he's actually a huge inspiration of why I got into Overwatch in the first place, I thought it'd be very fitting to react to his review of Overwatch 2, a pathetic review of Overwatch 2.
If Overwatch 2 is a couple new maps and some heroes, I will be very disappointed.
Starting off hot with the hot takes, bruh.
I've played Overwatch 2.
It's not wrong.
And it reminded me of a Stevie Wonder song. And that song is, "You haven't done nothing!" Blizzard, what the hell is this? What kind of scam are you trying to run on me here? The haters have been calling this game Overwatch 1.5. I gotta say, haters, you guys are stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. This is more like Overwatch 1.1. Immediately, the beta confronts you with the horrifying truth that role queue is still in the game. Why? Why and how? How did this moronic system even make it into the first game, let alone make it all the way into Overwatch 2? The queue times here are horrendous. They are giving GTA 5 a run for its money with these long-ass queue times.
Don't compare it to that.
There is a fast pass thing, but it does absolutely nothing. Blizzard, priority one for this game should be get players into matches. When the game launches, I assume you'll be able to pick between role queue and actually get into a match queue, but it's kind of sad that they still haven't figured out how to solve such a simplistic problem yet. Let's talk game.
I know how they can solve the issue. I've been advocating for this for a long time. Don't have role queue in quick play, but have role queue in competitive. See, nobody complains about not having a support and tank when that was something that everyone complained about in 2016-17 because you're forced to have a tank and support. But in quick play, it's called quick play for a reason. Get me into a game so I can play as quickly as possible. Competitive, I want to have the structure, I want to have a good time, and I want people to actually play what is needed. So that's why role queue's in the game, but take it out of quick play, man.
Overwatch 2 has made big, earth-shifting changes to the Overwatch we all know and love. First off,
big changes.
McCree's name has been changed to Ryan.
Bro, we're still talking about this, man.
And there's more.
This joke's been
the nighttime maps
dead.
Are daytime now.
That's
it.
That's
the biggest change is switching from 6v6 to 5v5. There are some upsides to this idea. Instead of having two tanks, each team has one super tank with extra power. Whoever plays tank gets to feel like the leader of the team until your DPS just run in solo and die. Personally, I've put so much time into Overwatch that any change, good or bad, is welcome at this point. But you have to keep in mind that all of these heroes were designed for a 6v6 game. Suddenly changing it to 5v5 without making fundamental changes feels like one of those player-made custom modes. There are new maps.
You know, listen, a lot of people have grudges against 5v5. Me personally, I actually love 5v5. While a lot of people are saying 5v5 wasn't necessary, I'll argue saying I think it makes tank a lot more fun and engaging if you're a good tank player because, well, you're the leader, like Dunkey says. And, you know, it does help with the queue times because the same things I said with queue times can be said for tanks, and that is less people want to queue up for tanks than DPS and support. Now, that's what I'll say about 5v5.
And Orisa have been totally reworked, and there's the new hero, Sojourn 72. They even added a scoreboard in finally, but you can never escape the feeling that you're still just playing Overwatch 1. Doomfist can't uppercut, McCree can't stun, so his right click does nothing now, May can't freeze people. Other than that, it's business as usual. You're probably looking at this gameplay right now and saying, oh no, Dunkey, you put the wrong footage. This is just Overwatch 1 gameplay. But nope, this is Overwatch 2. This is the right game.
I like how he edited it as if it was like Cole Cassidy's brand new grenade.
Most of the heroes have not been touched. Widowmaker still sucks ass, Junkrat is still insane, Moira can still outdamage DPS while out-healing the other healer, Symmetra is still zero fun to play, you're still gonna get yelled at for picking Hamston, probably more now since you're the only tank.
I found it funny that he makes that point when he's hacked his Hammond because Summer's just a huge counter for Hammond. It's not to like invalidate his point, but it's just funny that he says that during that clip.
Since you're the only tank.
Ironic.
I know behind the scenes it's a total blunderfuck. On top of COVID, Blizzard as a studio is collapsing. Jeff Watch left. Every employee is fired or going to jail. I've been reading about this stuff forever, but now.
And one quick point that I'm sorry if I'm pausing a lot, but this is very important to say. A lot of people don't know this, but there's only 80 people people working on the Overwatch side at Blizzard. 80 people. When I worked at Target for a summer, there were over 100 people employed at that single Target. So it just goes to show like how little people are actually working on Overwatch 2.
To finally have Overwatch 2 in my hands, it feels like a major defeat. It feels like Blizzard could be the next BioWare.
Okay, it's not
However,
like Anthem,
we still haven't played the co-op
not gonna be
mode,
like that
which
bad.
for me is the main draw of Overwatch 2.
We're here for the co-op.
For the sake of the fans, I hope that 99% of the development team has been focused on the co-op, because I don't know what they've been doing for more than 2 years with the PvP.
And that's my biggest argument with
None
Overwatch
of
2.
Overwatch's core issues have been addressed here. 5v5 ends up making the game even
argue
more
that.
steamroll heavy than the original. The game still expects an unrealistic amount of teamwork from random players, and the objectives are still
Reward more individual
anti-fun
play.
garbage.
Okay, this is an exaggeration,
Without
okay?
PvE, this is more of a
Halo
minor
maps are
patch
bad.
to an abandoned game, masquerading as a sequel for marketing purposes. Overwatch 2's PvP is as lazy as it gets, but it's still better than Valorant.
Hey, I actually kind of like Valorant, but yeah, a lot of people will say Overwatch's 2 PvP is a lazy attempt, but like, isn't that the point of a beta? Is not to be too drastically different? Here's what I'll say. I appreciate Dunkey making this video because, first of all, I just always love a good Overwatch Dunkey video, and this isn't me trying to throw shade to him and saying, oh, his review is terrible, because no, like, everyone's gonna have a different perspective on Overwatch 2 and what they want from it and expect from it, and I think that's the biggest issue that the Overwatch team is facing, is that they're having to cater to so many different groups of people. Like Rollkey, for an example, that was really for the Grandmasters and Overwatch League players because they were only playing goats, and they made the casual players suffer because now they have to wait for 6-minute queue times. And another point that he brought up that I 100% agree with is having a 2-year development cycle and not having a lot to show for it, especially when it comes to PvP, but it's because the biggest selling point is PvE. When it comes to the lawsuit, you can't blame that. That's unexcusable. When it comes to the COVID and the pandemic, okay, maybe there is some sympathy there because people are working for a home, but then again, Valorant was made in a pandemic, Apex was made in a pandemic, and they were all kept up during the pandemic. Now, obviously, they had years of development, so that's not really fair to say that just spawned out of nowhere, but other games have been able to keep up during the hard times. Why not the Overwatch team? Is it because people are leaving, which is another good point that, again, I expanded on. 80 people are working on the Overwatch team. Maybe you just need to hire more people. I never made a game before. I don't know how hard it is to make a map or to make a hero, but to have one map or one hero and 4 maps, where one of the maps was Toronto, which was at BlizzCon 2019, it's just like, what do we need? Like, obviously you need to change the work ethic, clearly, but what do we need to help make Overwatch 2 successful? And this is why I appreciate Dunkey's review, is because Dunkey has been the biggest critic for Overwatch 2 that wants it to succeed. I see so many people being so critical for Overwatch 2, but they're not giving good feedback. And while, yeah, a 4-minute video can't really give a lot of good feedback in that short amount of time, I don't see a lot of people even attempting trying to give good feedback on how they can improve Overwatch 1. Not change it, improve it. And that's why I wanted to react to it, because, well, right now it's the most popular Overwatch 2 video, which is very, very surprising. I guess not, since it's a Dunkey video, but I also wanted to give a more in-depth perspective as somebody who plays Overwatch every single day and who played the beta for hours and I played the alpha for hours, that can give a little bit more insight on how Overwatch and Blizzard is kind of functioning right now, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.
Quack, quack, quack.